Gareth Bennett.
Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer, and thanks to the Chairman for laying the committee's report before the Chamber. The report is concerned primarily with improving conditions for refugees and asylum seekers once they have arrived in Wales, and to that end it is a worthy effort. There was a lot of painstaking evidence heard relating to refugee conditions in Wales, and several of the committee members were skillful in bringing these conditions to light. And in itself, the desire to improve conditions for refugees is a laudable aim. However, there are bound to be potential pitfalls in making such a report. One such pitfall is the danger of providing services to refugees which go beyond the services provided to ordinary members of the public. For instance, we can try to improve housing conditions for refugees, but this may not seem palatable to large sections of the public if it means that they have to drop behind the refugees in the queue for social housing. The housing issue is perhaps the most obvious pitfall, and one that is discussed quite frequently among people I encounter in the course of normal life when refugee issues are raised. Relating to the issue of housing provisions is one of funding. During the evidence sessions, we were at one point strongly advised by the relevant Minister, Carl Sargent, not to lobby for extra powers without first securing a guarantee of extra funding. He warned that this had been done in the past and problems had arisen as a result. When I look at the recommendations that are now coming, I struggle to see that there is any sign of any extra money coming from the Home Office or from any other department in Westminster. The Welsh Government itself is looking at setting up a small grants fund to avoid destitution for failed asylum seekers. But as far as I understand it, this is money coming from the Welsh Government's own budget. So what services will have to be cut from elsewhere in the budget to allow for this? And in any case, we don't know if any of the money is going to be forthcoming. One of the points which kept recurring in the evidence sessions was that destitution was inevitable among failed asylum seekers, as there was no welfare payment for them once they had failed their initial claim. But there is also no settled method of repatriating them to their country of origin. Most of them don't have the money to fund their own repatriation. Many of the failed asylum seekers, as a result, remain in the UK and simply disappear off the map. It is truly an absurd system. We cannot hope to change this system in Wales, as the powers to do so do not lie with us. But with this report, we are attempting to become the world's first nation of sanctuary, which may encourage many more asylum seekers to try and come here. The inevitable effect of more coming without any prior reform of the asylum system will, I fear, be more destitution. Thank you.